Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Morgan here at The Life of Tillmans. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you some goals. Some of these are second semester school related goals, and some of them are personal goals for the year of 2024. I talked about in my December update curriculum changes and things that we're going to be doing differently. So I thought that I would give you guys just a short recap of semester one. It was busy. It was not as structured as I would like for it to be, but it was still a really successful first semester. That leads me to my second semester goals, some of them, and things that we're going to focus on. My purpose for goals is to bring the focus back where it needs to be, recenter, reground us in our homeschool. And one of the big things that I am working on is consistency. I have spoken about that in previous monthly updates, and that there is a lack of consistency within our home and homeschool. And a big part of that is because I do feel like we have seasons of things changing pretty often and moving really quickly. So volleyball season is a time where I don't feel like we can be as consistent because there are so many things going on and changing within volleyball practice games. And so it brings about just kind of this is a pocket of time, we're gonna do this today, but we may not have that same pocket of time tomorrow or the next day. So it's kind of like a get it in when you can type of season. Well, that does not work when we're not in volleyball season. It shows itself as chaos as well, and not controlled chaos, just plain old chaos. And also desire. It shows itself as a lack of interest and desire to get things done. There's less focus and less structure. And so we have to move out of that, and I want to transition us better from, the seasons of less structure to a season of more structure. And I believe that we did it fairly well. So now we're getting into, I feel like January is like our time where we really hunker down to get more done and accomplish what it is that we're wanting. And our timeline is a lot more strict. Not in a negative way, but just strict. Like we have to stick to this timeline in order to achieve the goals that we have set for the entire school year. I like to use the SMART acronym for our goals, and that is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely, or time frame, time bound. So each one of the goals that I am going to share with you, I have then applied that to it. So there are multiple steps. I won't share all of those things. I'm just going to share the basic goals that I've set. Goal number one is to spend more time with God. Spend more time with Him, and whatever that looks like for me and for my girls within our homeschool. We do Bible every morning, but there are a lot of mornings that I felt like we rushed through it, because maybe we woke up late or we're trying to hurry and go somewhere. I don't want to rush that time. I want that to be a sacred time where we are sitting and truly focused on God's word so that He can speak to us, so that He can guide us in everything that we are doing. I also have my own individual time with God, and I am doing that through BSF, which is Bible Study Fellowship, and I do that online with an international group. So there's a group of us ladies, about 20 of us from all over the world, and we do a Bible study together. We meet every Tuesday night, and then we do the study throughout the week, and we discuss it on that Tuesday. That has been something that I have participated in off and on for the past 3 years, and I'm wanting to just stay on. It seems that life happens, and I know that, and sometimes I have to pull out because I'm not able to make the class multiple weeks in a row. Typically that's during volleyball season. So I'm working to be a part of a group that I can meet every week, no matter what, unless someone's sick or something like that. But that is a part of me spending more time with God. My next goal is to provide more structure within our home and homeschool. And that structure is looking like, for homeschool, time frames. I talked about that in my November update, I believe it is. Time frames and how that helps us to stay on track for what we're working on. This does not eliminate the opportunity for rabbit holes. This does not eliminate the opportunity for flexibility within our homeschool. It just gives me a guide. I know that if I've set an hour for math and we're now at an hour and 45 minutes, something is off. We're having some problems and we need to reset and figure out what that is. So it is more of a guide, and I have stopped using that because I felt like it restricted us so much. But that was more of us using it as we're at 10:55, we need to put all of our books away. We have 5 minutes and we're going to start on this subject at 11 o'clock. That's a little too rigid for us, but it's used as a guide. And I want to keep that and keep it visible within our homeschool so that I know this is where we should be based on this time frame and this season of our lives. This structure looks different for our home, and that is more of like home management and maintenance and getting to places early, not showing up 5 minutes before, but showing up 10 to 15 minutes before so that we are prepared both mentally and physically for whatever it is that we are doing. I do not like to be late. It is a pet peeve of mine. And I'm trying to teach my girls that it is not okay to show up to places late, especially when you are showing up for other people. You are doing something with other people. It's just not okay. We can't show up to our jobs late. That's a problem. So I'm going to get off of my soapbox, but that is what the more structure is for our home. The next goal is related to our homeschool, monthly field trips. We took a field trip back in November and I miss doing monthly field trips. Our fall is a little too busy for them, but our spring is right on and perfect. So we're currently setting up our monthly field trips. We're picking 2 to 3 options every month, and whichever one fits our schedule the best, that's the one that we will go with. And also it has to fit our budget as well, because doing field trips can be expensive, but we are going to be doing monthly field trips moving forward. Another goal that I have, and this is more for my youngest daughter and myself, is building and continuing to build a very healthy relationship with reading. And I have some different steps that I am putting into place to make that happen for us. But the first thing is her reading a couple of sentences and me reading one, and we go back and forth, and I will expand that as we go. Also allowing her to just grab some books that she loves, even though she may not be able to read them, and I read them to her, and maybe she's only able to read every, 5th word or something, but she wants to be able to read those books, so I'm capitalizing on that. I have some other things that are in place for that, but really the focus is just to continue to build a healthy relationship for her with reading. I believe I'm on goal number 5. Y'all stick around. This goal is to start now researching curriculum for my older 2 daughters. I have one who is excelling in math, and she needs something that is more challenging. And I have this still falls under my SMART goals method, because I have a date. I have a specific date that I need to have this done. And so I have to spend a certain amount of time on it every week in order to achieve this goal. But also for my oldest daughter, she is excelling in grammar and she needs something more challenging for her. So I have to find that before they are done with these 2 curricula, because they will be finished around the end of March. So I don't have a whole lot of time to waste in order to get something that I think is going to work for them and do all of the research that I need to do. But that is a goal for me from now until March. Another goal for this year is a personal goal of mine, and I just need to refocus on my mental and physical health. It has been declining. No, I don't have any health issues, but I have not been as focused on, healthy eating and making sure that I'm getting my exercise in. I have had more spurts of it. 2 weeks here, I'll go and I'm doing great, and then there'll be a week where I do nothing. And it's been like that since the beginning of volleyball season, and I need to grab that and get back to my routine. And that's making sure that I'm in bed on time so that I can get up on time so that I can do my workouts and I'm energized, and getting back to my normal routine. So I also have steps for that as well, but I need that. I can tell that I don't feel exactly how I would like to feel, and a part of that is not being able to do those physical things and working on my mental health. And so that is a focus for me for 2024 all year, and I'm going to keep it a focus 2024, 25, 26, 27 for the rest of my life. That is my goal, and it will always remain on my goals list. The next goal that I have, and this is number 7, is I really need to find and maintain a home maintenance schedule that works. And it may be that I have to have 2 or 3, because in seasons of volleyball, our home maintenance is going to look different. During the holidays, it will look different. In the spring, there will be something different. I kind of feel like I need to set this based off of the seasons, because that's really the flow that we're going through. But finding something that we can stick with that works for our household. And as my girls get older, their responsibilities change, their time frame changes. It just needs to be something that's evolving, I know, but that is not completely thrown to the wayside. I have come up with a home maintenance schedule and I'm like, this is great. And then it's almost like when it doesn't work, I just toss it out. No more of that. We could just revamp our current schedule. So I'm working on that right now to make sure that we get a home maintenance system that works for everyone in our home. Another thing that we are going to do, and this is a family goal, is to truly observe the Sabbath. We almost never have a day of rest. And I know that everyone does this differently. There are some people who take rest time every single day for 2 hours. There are some people who take their Sabbath day on Saturdays, some on Sundays, some just do a half day. However you choose to do it is between you and God. For us, I would like for it to be a day of rest. And there are things that we have to do the other 6 days of the week to ensure that we actually have a day where we can observe the Sabbath, spend time with each other, however we choose to do that. And it's not work. And it has been work to meet this goal, but I will not give up. I am more focused on it this year than I've ever been in my whole entire life, because the few times that we have been able to do it, I have just seen such a release within our family. It is needed. It is what God intended for us. I'm not going to throw that to the wayside anymore. A couple of other goals that I have is for our family. I would like for us all to be better stewards of our finances and pay off any debt that we have left in our household. We have goals and different things and steps that we're going to take in order to achieve this, and a time frame to get there as well. All falls within the SMART acronym also. But this is something that we want to do. We've not been terrible stewards of our finances, but we just want to be better. And I feel like that should always be a goal for us, to just do better than what we did the previous year. And we are involving our girls in this process because it helps to teach them. One day they won't live under our home and have our finances to live under. They will have their own. And my prayer is that we can show them and teach them so many valuable things that they can carry over to their own households. Another goal that I have is, and this may seem very small to some of you avid fast readers, but I would like to complete 5 books this year for 2024. Reading 5 books. Now, I'm not talking Harry Potter thick books, but 5 books of my choice. I'm probably going to put some of those in different categories. I haven't quite figured that part out yet. I have books that I've started that I never finished. I don't know if I'm just going to go back to those or if I'm going to do 5 new books or put them in categories, but I will be done making that decision today because I need to get started. So I want to complete 5 books this year, which will be a really big achievement for me because I don't get to do that. And so I'm going to set a goal to be able to do so, and I'm going to achieve it.